and deep back to receive. That's Devin Hester. Devin Hester is a freshman, and we all know how that went. Then he runs the kickoff back against Florida, takes his helmet off, get a penalty. But that was the intro, the beginning of us seeing one of the greatest kick returners ever in football turn out to be, not just a University of Miami thing. Devin Hester, the great, and you see Devin Hester does great recruiting, great talent with Lil Hester with him. Caneville, man, FOOTBALLVILLE, man, bring it in tight. NFTs about to drop, IOD Squad, Hurricanes, man. We got new life, man. The nightmare's over, dog.
Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. The bottom of the clip of the Gunshine State. One of them boys still boring in that way. Big plate. Get it for the 18 if you straight. Get cake. And stop hating, it's the motto of the state. A lot of face, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk that can get.
All right, so we're looking at the running backs, and today we got Chaney out here in shells with helmets and shoulder pads on. Chaney looked like he done put on a little weight, but Chaney was with the workout to the side crew when practice first started. He's out here today with a brace on his knee, look a little chunkier. But listen, man, it's make a break for Chaney this year. I think it's year 3 for Chaney. Transfer portal done got lit. They brought in another running back. Dad seems to be getting Susan.
I'm always.
Dad seems to be, goddamn Susan. Dad seems to be stepping his game up. So yeah, listen, the running back room is nothing but competition. So we got Chaney coming off an injury out here for the first time. It's good to see Don. It's good to see Don back on the field. Jalen Knighton's out here. So listen, both of those guys were on the injury report winners in day 1 of practice. But Rooster is back after having a hell of a season last year. Coming in, taking advantage of that opportunity. Him too went off at Pitt, just like Van Dyke. They both went off at Pitt when they coming out party. And coming in with a chip on his shoulder is Henry Parrish. Henry Parrish coming from Ole Miss, coming over with Kevin Smith, his coach. Henry Parrish. The story on Henry Parrish is Henry Parrish out of high school was the odd man out when it comes to recruiting running backs. We had Chaney locked down. Then Rooster decommitted from Florida State. And then Henry Parrish was the odd man out, was headed to Pitt and flipped over, ended up in the SEC, went to Ole Miss. Second year, he actually had 500 yards rushing, looked damn good. Once again, the transfer portal opened up, college football free agency opened up, and Henry Parrish coach came to Miami, and followed shortly was Henry Parrish. And as you have heard or us talk about in day 1, Henry Parrish looked damn good. So you got a Rooster, you got a Chaney, you got a Parrish, you got a Thad, all fighting for time. And listen, that's how it should be. In the times when the University of Miami was on the top of their game, we didn't even think about things like this. You didn't think about when you had a Najee and a Willis McGahee and a Frank Gore and a Edgerrin James all in the same backfield. It didn't even cross your mind. We didn't even realize that we were looking at just all-out competition. Some of the guys only get 1 year to do their thing, and then boom, you go to the NFL. So yeah, man, sometimes the hardest competition is in practice with the guys standing next to you. And like Philip Buchanan always tell me, Makes the goddamn game easier. So we out here getting warmed up, man. Thad Franklin getting dapped up, by Coach. Standing there with Coach Mario Cristobal. Listen, man, shout out to Thad. Let's get Thad his flowers now. Thad had a rough start here in University of Miami last year, and it seemed as if Thad is getting the opportunity here in the spring with the two guys. They were down the first 2 days. Thad looked damn good. We saw Thad catch a couple passes across the middle. Take one to the house. It looked good running the ball. He slimmed down a little bit. Looked like he could use a little more weight off. But Thad seems to be stepping up to the challenge. And shout out to Thad. Summerdown Madonna's Thad Franklin. Big man. Y'all go check out that Thad Franklin interview. Him and X sat down before Thad ever stepped the foot on University of Miami campus. Thad interviewed with us. And basically told us that he loved playing basketball. I don't know what that was about, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad he got it out of his system. But shout out to Thad Franklin, man, for stepping up and answering the call and taking advantage of an opportunity that he got. We're going to talk about running backs, man. We don't usually get to see the running backs because they're all far out. But in the warm-up, they're right here in our face, man. So this is a gem we're getting to give y'all. Maybe next time we'll get y'all some of the offensive linemen. Hey, man, listen, man, NFTs drop on the 18th of March. Make sure y'all like and make sure y'all share. Shout out to IOD Squad, 786-405-9499 if you're trying to get down with investing stocks. I think Roblox is going to make somebody rich again here shortly. And shout out to the family walking in front of our camera. It's going to be all right. Shout out to them, too. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. I ain't on that level of media right now. Coach what's his name, Coach Salva.
John Salava.
Coach Salva came from Oregon with Mario. I think his background is all right, we ain't gonna talk about his background right now. We'll talk about something else.
He's Samoan.
What's going on? That was just Jake Garcia dad, man. See, I made a friend with Jake Garcia dad now, man. He just came and hit me on the shoulder. Henry Parrish, Chaney warmed up with the running backs. Came over, gave his dad some dap, and then went back in. I'm not sure where he went. But yeah, so out here live doing practice now live. We got Thad, Cody Brown, and Henry Parrish. Chaney and Rooster aren't out here getting it in with everybody. I guess they just warmed up with the team. So yeah, here's a look at Henry Parrish coming at us. Henry Parrish is not that big of a guy. Cuts like nobody, man. I said I'm on record saying, man, I haven't seen anybody cut like this since Duke Johnson. So here we go, man. We back over here with the DBs, and I want to talk about DJ Ivey. DJ Ivey out of South Dade. I had a chance to cover him numerous times as a kid. Go check it out. DJ Ivey versus Jeff Thomas, one night 7-on-7 tournament. I got to see DJ Ivey line up man-to-man for the most part versus Jeff Thomas 2 months before they both were to report to the University of Miami. Go check that video out, YouTube. It's Jeff Thomas versus DJ Ivey. And that was the night that I realized DJ Ivey was unguardable, but not because, Jeff Thomas was unguardable, but not because DJ Ivey couldn't guard him, just for the simple fact that I had never seen anybody with a takeoff get in and out of breaks the way Jeff Thomas did. DJ Ivey figured out a way to stay in front of him, and then Jeff Thomas, quarterback, just sucked and couldn't get him the ball. But go check that video out. And then later, DJ Ivey, a story I've told before, I saw DJ Ivey in his last high school football game versus Columbus, I think. And South Dade was down maybe 10. Let's say 3 minutes left in the third. And I've told this story before. And I looked over at DJ Ivey, and he was on the sideline, sitting on the bench. Now picture this, down by 10, third quarter, and I looked at him, and he was crying. If you play sports, we all cried our last high school football game. That wasn't what was significant about it to me. What was significant about it to me was that the game wasn't over. My last high school basketball game, I boo-hoo cried. The game was over. I was in the locker room. DJ Ivey was crying, and it was the third quarter. Maybe 4 minutes left in the third. They're down 10. And I'm thinking to myself, if the game turns around, he has to wipe his tears out. He got to get out of his emotions, get back at that. And then in that moment, his team gets a fumble. He has to get his helmet, get back on the field. And me seeing that, right, was one of the first times I saw the difference in between a kid that was raised. And I don't know, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what youth football team DJ Ivey played for. All I know is I have looked in the eyes of some of the greats in those moments. Dalvin Cook, Lamar Jackson, Calvin Ridley, Jerry Jeudy. I've been on the sideline with some of the greats, you know what I'm saying, in those moments. James Cook. And in that moment, they wanted to turn up. They wasn't turning down. They wanted to turn up. They wasn't turning down. And I never forgot that. And I never forgot that maybe the difference between coming from a winning culture as a kid and coming from a park where you're not winning, you don't see those situations as the same. I've seen James Cook go to cornerback, get 3 touchdowns in less than 10 minutes to will his team to win. So you fast forward that and bring that on to DJ Ivey and how every camp he's having a great camp, and then it just doesn't show on the football field. But here again, we're hearing DJ Ivey's having a great camp. He just has to show it on the football field. But what he has going for him is opportunity. Everything in life he's done up until now has afforded him the opportunity to get it done this year, go to the combine, test out, and have a chance to play in the NFL if that's what he goals and dreams to do. Opportunity is what he has. And a lot of times in life, that's what we all want or need to get to that next level, an opportunity. And that's what DJ Ivey has. So listen, everything is from the past is erased. I just wanted to tell that story to give you guys a little backstory. But he has an opportunity to get it done, and we're hearing he's having a great camp. And shout out to DJ Ivey, lad. We hope DJ Ivey can go out there and do his thing this year. We got Bandy at practice. This is the second time I've seen Bandy at practice out here. Trajan Bandy. Y'all remember Trajan Bandy, Mr. Pick 6 Notre Dame game. We're going to get Trajan Bandy on the show to tell his story. We got Miami International High School just walked in the house. Miami International High School, its colors, it looks just like University of Miami. Started by Mike Tonsil. With Miami International High School today is Ant Jones. Y'all remember the name Ant Jones, the uncle of Dalvin Cook, former running back at FIU. That was the running back the night of the Miami debacle when FIU took down Miami. Ant Jones went to Seattle Seahawks for a second. I'm not sure if he's still in the league now. But yeah, the uncle of Dalvin Cook and James Cook, Ant Jones, is with Miami International High School. We out here at the University of Miami, man. Once again, the great Devin Hester's out here today. You see X back there in the back. We got the great Devin Hester out here today, man. We out here vibing. Y'all stay locked in. Last period of the shoot.